Welcome back to the Reckless Wrench Garage. I'm Chris, and I'm very excited about today's episode because today, it's new truck day. So the new to me truck is this 1996 F250 four-wheel drive HD package. This has been passed down to me from my family. It is a one-owner truck, but as you guys can see, it's been sitting for quite some time, and I have some work cut out for me on this, but nothing we can't handle. A little bit of cleanup, some TLC maintenance, and a little bit of Reckless Wrench thrown in there. I think we'll have a really good shop truck and work truck afterwards. But I haven't laid eyes on this thing in, probably about 10 years. So I just had this long hauled from Washington to here in Texas. Again, I guess I haven't seen it for a long time. So this is gonna be fun. We're gonna climb all over this vehicle. We'll clean it up, talk about kind of what we need to do. First plans is number one, we got to get it running. It does not start. I think it's something simple. I got a new battery for it. That's the only thing I've done to this is pop the hood to pull the battery out. So under our hood, we have Ford 5.8 351 Windsor. Only thing I know that's been passed down to me that is incorrect with it or wrong with it is the headers are cracked. There's a major exhaust leak or something of that such. I'm sure I'll find out here in a minute, and I gotta drop the battery in it. That's the only thing I've done to this thing. I just checked the fluids and everything, and I'm gonna try giving it a little turn over, see if we can. All right, on the interior here, a couple things I definitely need to fix right away. This hinge pin on the front door, it is completely blown out. That's not a big deal. Manual door locks and windows, which is perfect for a shop truck or work truck. Less crap to break and go wrong. Got a vinyl floor, cloth interior, manual shift four-wheel drive, E4OD automatic, which I need to get a new shifter handle for that. Yeah, super basic. It does have air conditioning, perfect. And that's really all you need in here. We definitely got to do some cleanup because it smells definitely mildewy. This whole door jamb, it's not lining up at all. It's tight. I'm probably getting to the hinge pins, do a hinge adjustment, and hopefully it looks like we got a little bit of damage down here. We'll have to figure that out. Nothing major. This truck's nickname is the Destroyer. It has been in no less than 3 major vehicular accidents, and it has rolled away exactly like this. All other 3 vehicles are totaled, so it was aptly named the Destroyer, but I think it needs a little bit of work to live up to that name. First and foremost, it's got to run and drive, which we'll get to that right now.
Oh, I could hear it. Now I need to order some exhaust manifolds, muffler, high flow catalytic converter, tubing, get that squared away. Other things I noticed, the heater and air conditioner, it doesn't blow or do anything like that. The heat's coming here in Texas, so I gotta get that fixed. That's a high priority too. Cap, plugs, wires, get all that swapped out. Just give it a good little tune up and kind of see where that gets us. So you guys know I'm a scumbag. I can't not do an open header start when I cut them off, you know, just, I gotta know how it sounds.
Working on old crusty vehicles, or you're just having some hardware that's kicking your butt, this is going to be the answer, or the best case scenario, other than burning it off with a torch. So it's 50% automatic transmission fluid, 50% acetone, and this is going to work better than any PB blaster, coil, or anything like that. This works wonders. It's probably illegal. Shit. It's probably illegal in the state of California. All the old, rusty, and cracked exhaust removed. I only broke one bolt out of all of those, so I'm quite happy about that. But it's the one shoved way back in there on the number 8 cylinder. So I'm gonna easy out it real quick, or at least try to. Luckily there's enough of it exposed that snapped off that I can weld a nut to it if I need to. So we'll try drilling it out first and go from there.
A few moments later.
I'm gonna do what I should have done from the get-go. I've got a nut on there. I'm going to melt them together. I don't want to make it come off.
Much later.
She gonna come out this time. I could have just bought like a totally OEM replacement and put that on there and gone about my business. But number one, this is a Reckless Wrench Garage. I mean, come on, that's kind of boring. And number two is, if you're gonna spend that kind of money, the OEM stuff is not cheap. So you might as well get something nice. And we're going to make our own exhaust system. Relatively simple. I've done this a couple times on the Ranger. So I have some shorty headers. They're gonna come off the block. I have to build my own custom Y pipe, and it'll be a 2.5 inch into a 3 inch, totally out after that. I always like using these flex joints. They really help a lot. High flow catalytic converter, and then a Borla muffler. This one, part number is 436. No idea how it's going to sound. I only listened to a couple YouTube clips, and audio never goes through, exhaust audio never really does any justice online anyway. So I'm gonna give that one a shot and we'll see how it goes. And then after that, it'll exit over the rear axle to the passenger side like it did from the factory. V-band up near the flex joint and at the muffler, so that will be a removable component. It'll be a removable Y pipe and then the tailpipe. And if you're wondering, hell yes, we're gonna put V-bands on a 27-year-old truck, because if you're gonna polish a turd, always use the best polish. Going through old vehicles is always interesting. You always kind of find weird things. So I pulled out the seat, and the seat, there's no way to get underneath it at all unless you unbolt it. So all of this is just stuff that has fallen into oblivion. But the main thing, a mouse nest. So definitely got some deep cleaning to do in here, and we'll get the inside smelling much nicer when that little guy's gone.
Getting an old truck back on the road, especially after it's been down for a while, it's never an easy job or a very clean job. I found a little mouse that made a nest under the seat. Turns out he made his way into the blower motor, and the destroyer got him. Here I was, thought I was being a good mechanic and troubleshooting the heater system and figuring out the blower motor's bad. Turns out a little bastard got in there and tore it up. First test run in the destroyer overall went well. It's running good now. The driving part, I still got a lot of work to do. The brakes are very sticky, and whenever I press them down, I have to use my other foot to press the pedal back up. So that's a big problem. The shocks are completely worn out, for sure. If you can imagine driving a pogo stick on a skateboard down a gravel road with potholes, that's kind of what we're like right now. So I gotta fix that too. But it's running good. It's definitely got some pep in its step still. Yeah, exhaust. Sounds good. One thing I definitely noticed with this thing, it has a nasty case of one tire fire. Or no tire fire. Gross. Sounds good. It's running good. The transmission is shifting good. The air conditioning, nice and cold. I'm impressed by the air conditioning. So, hell yeah, that's a win for the destroyer. Anyway, I'm going to head back to the house from our little test run here, and I'll see you then.
So now you're probably wondering, what's next for the destroyer? Well, I know one thing. At some point, we got to get some bigger tires on this thing and make it look like a proper truck. Now that it is running good, I need to fix the driving part of it. Front and rear axles kind of need some work. Shocks for sure, brakes for sure, and I really want to put some deeper gears in it. This has 355s and it is lacking. And in the traction department, I got to have a locker. That's just how I am. So we got some work on the axles. Bumpers, I want to build custom front and rear bumpers for this. I'd like it to have a winch on the front, so the shop truck can be a recovery truck or pull things when I need it to. That's got to happen. And I don't know, I'd like your guys' opinion on this, but I would like to build some type of lumber or metal rack on the back, so when I'm going to pick up steel for whatever projects I'm working on, I have a place to throw it, and then, you know, I can make it look cool, give some style to it. And yeah, I don't know, just an idea I have. I don't know. What do you guys think? Drop in the comments down below what you guys would like to see built on the shop truck, or what you'd like me to do with it. This is kind of a blank canvas right now. I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I want to have some fun with it. That's it for this episode of the Reckless Wrench Garage. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, stay reckless.
Side note, look at that sunset. That's gorgeous. Nothing like extracting stuck bolts on a gorgeous sunset. Bullets. Yep, every old truck better come with a bullet in it. Let's see, we got a 300 Win Mag. Nice.